Update 1. He asked me to split the bills for once, so I vanished. Took our savings, disappeared without a trace, and posted a fake airport selfie just to make him panic. But when I came back thinking he'd beg for me, he handed me divorce papers instead. When I told him, I said, I laid in bed and did nothing at all. And I meant it in a good way. Like, wasn't that nice? Didn't he wish he could have a day like that? But his reaction was totally not what I expected. He got this weird look on his face and said something like, "That sounds really nice. I wish I could do that." But he said it in this sarcastic way, like he was trying to make me feel bad about it. I'm thinking, okay, what's your problem? You chose to take that job. You chose to work all this overtime. Nobody's forcing you. Then he started going off about how it wasn't fair that he had to work all this overtime to pick up my slack while I got to lie around all day. Pick up my slack? Excuse me. I never asked him to work overtime. That was his choice. He said he felt like he was contributing more to the relationship and it wasn't fair. I'm sitting there thinking, are you seriously trying to guilt-trip me right now over grocery shopping? The whole thing just escalated so fast. He's driving and getting more and more worked up, and I'm getting defensive because honestly, what did I do wrong? I didn't lie to him. I told him exactly what I did with my day. If he didn't like the answer, that's his problem. By the time we got to the store parking lot, we were both pretty heated. He turned off the car and just sat there for a minute, and I could tell he was trying to decide what to do. Finally, he said he was taking me home and he'd do the shopping himself, like I was being punished or something. The car ride home was dead silent. I was staring out the window, furious that he'd ruined what had been a perfectly good day. When we got to the condo, I got out and slammed the door. He didn't even wait for me to get inside before he drove off. I stood there watching his car disappear down the street, and I was just so angry. How dare he make me feel bad for having a good day? By Wednesday morning, I'd made up my mind. I was done being the understanding wife who just takes whatever attitude he wanted to dish out. If Damon thought I was so useless, then he could see what life was like without me for a while. Maybe when he was doing his own laundry and cooking his own meals and coming home to an empty house, he'd realize I wasn't as worthless as he was making me feel. After he left for work, I started packing. Just some clothes and my essentials. Nothing too obvious. I didn't want him to come home and immediately know I'd left. I wanted him to wonder where I was, to worry about me for once. I took my iPad, my chargers, some jewelry, the stuff I'd need if I was going to be gone for a few days. I found a decent hotel about 20 minutes away. Nothing fancy, but clean and comfortable. I used our savings account to pay for it. I know that probably sounds bad, but honestly, that money was as much mine as his. I contributed to it back when I was working, and besides, he was the one who made me feel like I had to leave. If he wanted space from me so badly, he could pay for it. The first day was actually kind of nice. I ordered room service, took a long bath, watched movies without anyone judging me for it. It was like a mini vacation. I kept checking my phone to see if Damon had texted, but nothing. He probably hadn't even noticed I was gone yet. Or maybe he had and just didn't care. Thursday morning, I still hadn't heard from him. I was starting to get annoyed. Wasn't he worried about me at all?